Hey Matt, how's it going?
It's going well, Mike. Recovering from a lot of sun yesterday. Karen and I were out at a really nice lake, Moosehead Lake. If you're in Maine, check out Moosehead Lake. But not feeling so good. I'm looking like a boiled lobster over here, Mike. I am in bad shape. So today's a recovery day. What's going on with you in Korobe?
Yep, not much. It's a rainy season, so you know what that means.
Mm.
Dark days. But today Mai had a little event where she like set up a shop at the
Oh,
local little market, and yeah, it was fun. Leo was out there, and I was out there, and we,
nice.
you know, yeah, it was very very nice, and yeah, just having a beer. It's Sunday night. Next week, work starts again, but then
Oh,
we got a 3 day weekend, my friend. Three
oh,
day weekend.
those are the best.
Something to look forward to. Yeah, man.
Awesome,
All
man.
right.
What's the holiday?
Umi no Hi.
Oh, I love those
Ushitsuki
made up
Day.
ones.
Yeah.
I need more of those.
Yeah. I feel like recently too, like during Obon, there's like this new holiday that they created, Mountain Day. I feel like in Japan there's just like Mountain Day, Sea Day, Garden Day. It's great, you know? You
It's
know.
Garden Day?
There's not Garden Day, but there's Midori no Hi, Green Day. I don't actually know what that is, but
Well, cue it up.
yeah,
Garden Day. That's a nice one to add to the list.
yeah, I agree.
All right.
All right,
All
yeah,
right. Well, what do you say we jump into it, Mike? We were off last week, so we got some catching up to do here.
yes, we do, Matt, and I'm happy to say we got a pretty fun and exciting topic this week, Matt. Natto. Matt, we've talked about natto some on the podcast before,
A little
usually
bit.
in losers that we pick up. Neba neba, those sorts of things. So natto, what is natto? Natto is fermented soybeans,
Hmm.
and really fermented, meaning
Hmm.
like these beans are sticky, they're
Hmm.
slimy.
Hmm.
But in Japan, they're super popular. For everyone, as breakfast. I'd say is where you see it a lot, but you can see it as a snack anytime. My Mai's a huge natto maniac.
Hmm.
For her, like a sandwich is basically like natto rice. She could eat
Oh.
natto rice
Hmm.
probably every single meal, and she did while
Hmm.
she was living, in Kanazawa by herself. Matt, I have, mixed feelings about natto. How about you? Are you a natto man? How do you feel about the fermented soybeans?
I've only had it once, Mike, and it
Wow.
wasn't a good experience. This was when I was a study abroad student, and my host brother,
Mhm.
he was just early on in my time slinging the weird food at me. So the first one was the umeboshi,
Mhm.
so you could see me pucker as I ate the sour pickled plum, and then
Oh
the
yeah.
natto.
Mhm.
And Mike, I've said on this podcast I struggle with slimy stuff.
Yeah.
Japan really likes slimy food like
Mhm.
nameko mushrooms, like mozuku seaweed,
Mhm.
like okra. I
Yeah.
think all of that stuff, mountain potato, yamaima, all that
Mhm.
stuff, I find revolting. It
Mhm.
feels like you're eating. It feels like you're eating kind of like a booger,
Mhm.
and I just can't get over the texture. And natto is in that category. Uh,
Yeah.
it's got, I guess, a little bite because you got the soybeans, but when
Mhm.
you pick up a bite of natto rice, you got that slime stringing
Mhm.
like hot taffy
Yeah.
from from the natto down to the bowl of rice. It is just like it's like a spider's web there. It's
Mhm.
like it's gross. I don't like it. I can't get over the texture. I don't think I'll ever get over the texture. And some people complain about the smell.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me so much. It's just
Hmm.
the texture. It grosses me out.
Interesting. So it's not the smell that gets you. I know that, yeah, like you're saying, natto is one of the, say, standard sort of challenge foods when you like come to Japan and someone's
Yeah.
like, well, do you like natto? It's like, well, yeah. And they're like, what?
Whoa.
Whoa, what are you talking about? Yeah, for me, it's so when I first got here, I hated it. Then one day I had a breakthrough and I ate it with like okonomiyaki, like sort of
Hmm.
like baked in the okonomiyaki, and I started to like it. I still truly love, now get this, you make an omelet, like a flat like omelet,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the middle dump some natto that you've mixed up and then
So
flip that over,
gross.
make a
Oh my
natto
god.
omelet.
That is gross.
Absolutely delicious. I
That's
still to this day
gross.
love it. But I will say it does stink. Like even like, so natto usually it comes in a little cup or a little like styrofoam container, and you kind of like, it has a little plastic film on top. I feel like you take that plastic film off, you throw it in the trash, and just that will be enough to sort of like stink
Mm.
up your whole trash. So I I have a sort of like mixed feelings about natto. Like I said, Mai loves it. She's a huge neba neba
Every
gal.
day, she
Oh,
natto.
oh my gosh. She could eat it anytime, all day, any day. And it's also really popular with kids. Kids really love, like children love natto. It's like one of the like, like childhood foods. And my we went to Hamazushi, like the 100 yen sushi, and the other day, and she was like, "Oh, Leo, don't you want some of the neba neba? You like the okra, you like the natto." I was like, "Stop!" I was getting kind of angry. I was saying like, "No, he's not going to be a neba neba boy," And we had a little fight about that. So, but I appreciate it. It is a really cool idea. I guess it's just amazing that this is like, if you really need to just pull it up on the internet, natto, and just look at how like slimy and like this thing looks. I think you'll be really, shocked. But Matt, that being said, for those natto lovers out there, and I know our audience is mostly, foreign, so I don't know how many there are. Family Mart's got you covered, Matt. Coming up, it's
Mm.
July 10th. Japan loves
Mm.
to do this little word play. So Nana 7, To or 10, Natto no Hi, the day of natto is
Mm.
July 10th, Matt. And
Very
Family Mart is
clever.
having, very clever, having a natto fair, Matt, for the natto day. And I just want to kind of go through these items here and get your thoughts. First off, we've got the classic, the natto makizushi. This is super popular and very standard. We've got the spicy Dayu oil natto makizushi. Okay. We've got, oh boy, the Neba Neba
Oh
natto
boy.
don. This has
No
got all
way.
the
No
all the
way is that
stars.
happening. Oh
We've got okra, we've got natto,
no.
we've got all the
Mm.
slimy things. Here we have a very interesting one. We've got Family Mart Toto Toto potato and
No.
tofu natto
No.
medley here. Then we
Mm.
have the natto maki like cut into small sections, so pretty much the what we were looking at before. And then we just have, hey Matt, we got a pack of 3 nattos for 100 yen. So, all right, Matt, we've taken a look at the fare. You're grimacing over there. Is anything here look edible to you? How are you feeling about this fare?
I'm struggling, Mike. You know, I watched John Wick for the first time last night, and if somebody were to give me, you could eat any one of these, Matt, or you could have John Wick come after you. I have
Oh.
to think about it. All this stuff is gross, and Japan likes to stack the neba neba items. They're
Mm-hmm.
never
Oh
happy
yeah.
with just one. They like to
Oh yeah.
stack them. So they got a couple here. Yeah, we got the neba neba natto don, and this
Mm.
it's so gross. They got the okra. Okra is so gross. You eat okra and it's just like a clear slime that just drizzles over everything.
Hmm.
And then the other one, the tofu thing, the block of cold tofu, and then you got all the toppings.
Hmm.
I was like, ooh, that looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Because you got your soy sauce, you pour that over the block of cold tofu. That's delicious. And then they got the
Hmm.
tempura crispies. Okay,
Hmm.
crispy. All right,
Hmm.
balance out the slimy natto. Maybe I could get down with that. And then they hit you with the damn slimy potato, that
Hmm.
ground up slime. That might be the
Hmm.
toughest one of all because there is zero texture. It's not like okra. There's still a shape. There's okra. There's
Yeah.
the ring of okra.
Yeah.
Natto, there's the bean.
Hmm.
Nameko mushroom, there's a mushroom. You're
Hmm.
eating something besides slime. With the potato, you're literally eating. It's white slime.
Yeah.
There's no texture. It's just white
Hmm.
slime.
Yeah.
And the first time you eat that, it is the grossest thing you could ever possibly eat because it's just slime. Isn't it gross though? I mean, you eat it and you try to pick it up and you try to pick it up. There's
Uh-huh.
there's literally nothing to grab onto.
Yeah.
It's like trying to fish. You're doing a little excavation up there, up the old schnoz, and you're trying to hook one. There's nothing to hook onto. And so what you have to do is hold the bowl of slime to your mouth and like
Yep.
slurp it up
Oh
because
yeah.
there's literally nothing for your
Hmm.
chopsticks to grab onto. It is
Yeah.
just slime. It is so gross.
Hmm.
It's all gross. I'm sorry. I love Japanese food. I think it's the best in the world. But this stuff is so gross. When they start to stack it, it's terrible.
All
What do
right.
you think of that
Well,
potato? You like that? But you like Yamaimo? You like that stuff?
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan either. And I think you described it very well, like that it's the most substanceless slime food
Right.
in Japan. Yeah, this mountain potato we say, but it's like a potato that's ground, but this potato is like extra rubbery or something. And when you grind this thing up, I mean, or grind, yeah, ground, when you grind this thing up, it just turns into like rubber, but like less consistency than rubber. I mean, like
It's like
slime. It's
ooze.
slime. It's ooze. It's like, Nickelodeon, the old,
And it's
you get
slippery.
ooze.
It's slippery. So just when you think you've got it,
Hmm.
it like falls out. So it like teases you while you're trying to eat this, while you're trying to hold back tears and in your gag reflex. It's like toying with you, sliding off your chopsticks, and
Hmm.
it's awful.
All right. All right. Well, I will say if you want to get into natto, you want to give it a try, I would advise this short little the natto
Yeah,
maki where they cut
good
it
idea.
down into sort of bite-sized bits or bite-sized pieces of the sushi, and get if you're scared, get some soy sauce, get a bunch of wasabi, mix it all up, dunk it, and then take a bite. I think you'll be good. But anyways, I will say 100 yen for 3 packs of natto is cheap. I
That
will
is
say
cheap.
that. All right, well,
Just real
to
quick, Mike. I want to. Oh, sorry. You got more to say about these fantastic products?
no, no, no. Go ahead if you got something to say about natto.
Well, I did a little research here, and
Okay.
of course, a lobbying group is behind this campaign. There's actually something called the Japan Natto Cooperative Society Federation. Like, and
What?
they're the ones behind the Natto no Hi. Check it out. There's the fine. You got to read the fine print. And they have a website, Mike. This is like a GeoCity site from like 1999.
Oh my gosh, you're
And Mike, they got
right.
a lot of activities going on. For example, they have something called the Miss Natto, Mike. They got Miss Natto. They
Okay.
pick out two women
Mm-hmm.
every year, although I guess
Yeah.
they haven't done it since COVID. COVID got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have them write a diary of how they use natto to keep up with their. They say it's good for skincare and beauty, natto,
Okay.
which makes perfect
Interesting.
sense because a ball of fermented slime
Mhm.
is perfect for keeping you beautiful.
Yeah.
Then, you talked about kids, Mike. Babies love natto. There's a damn good reason for that. It's because there's a sophisticated campaign organized by this federation called Baby and Natto to get babies to eat natto. And they had parents send in photos of their kids eating natto as part of a competition. Okay. What else do they got going on here, Mike? They got something called, actually, some of this is pretty weird. They got the Natto movie, Mike. They got a whole animated film about natto, and you got to see it to believe it. We'll put the link in the show notes, but they got this little fermented bean, and he's with a little girl, and he's showing her all the different ways to eat natto. And in this particular scene, Mike, she's eating natto on vanilla ice cream. Natto on vanilla ice cream. Come on. You don't think this is some kind of psyop, ladies and gentlemen? Natto on vanilla ice cream. Come on. So anyway, this is a pretty sophisticated organization, except, they can do everything except update a website. And check it out, everybody. We'll put the link in the show notes, but they got a lot going on here. Looks like they have a relationship with the U.S. Soybean Export Council. Check that out. There's not a lot of money moving around there. Okay.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna give a rebuttal. I also did a little bit of my own research, and by that I mean Wikipedia. I just Googled Wikipedia. Natto, Matt, has been around. First mentioned in 1605. All right, this is an old food, and listen to this, Matt. During World War II, natto was, a staple of military foods. And after the war, natto was sort of, saved the country because it was like a very healthy, very cheap, and very, something that could be preserved for a long time. And after that, it spread out into Japan. And it was in 1960 when refrigerators became more common that natto then began to be more of a commercial, more widely produced and eaten food. So I will say, hey,
makes sense. Fermented food, they're having a comeback. Fermented, good for the gut. I'm dumping a lot here, but fermented food in general, probably good for you. I'm kind of on the verge of conspiracy theorist myself when it comes to this kind of thing.
But I gotta say, you're right, Matt.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it's like, hey, Matt, why did you drink so much milk when you were a kid? We were part of a conspiracy as well, Matt. It was the damn...
Yeah. Got milk?
Yeah. Got milk?
Got milk.
Yeah, you drink milk. If you don't drink milk, you're not going to get strong. Your bones won't get strong. I still believe that in some way to this day, even though I know it was just part of like a commercial. Not true? No.
I thought milk does make your bones strong. Calcium.
It does make your bones strong. It's calcium. It makes your bones strong. It's good for you, no doubt. But like, there was almost this thing that like, if you don't drink milk as a child, like you're going to be like a frail, like, toothpick, you're going to grow up and never be a bodybuilder. Well, that was all part of the campaign. So I agree, Matt. You're right. These sort of tentacles of these big, food industries, they run deep.
Anything. You can
run deep.
Water and air, the only things you can eat.
And you know what, Matt? And I will say, who can edit Wikipedia? Anybody.
All right, we got to move on. Sorry, we got a little. I spun us out of control there. Sorry, everybody. It's time to move. We got, like a food we do like.
We do.
Boneless fried chicken. Way worse for you than natto.
Yeah.
But Mike, it's been a busy couple weeks here in the Chicky Wars. A lot of stuff coming out at Mini Stop. A lot of stuff coming out at Lawson here. We got to mow through these. Mike, we're gonna kick things off here with Mini Stop, and they're coming out. We've seen a lot of like Korean fried chicken inspired stuff. Mini Stop going Thai here. And
Ooh.
they've got a skewered chicken, meaning they got like three chunks of looks like grilled chicken on a stick. And this is called Gai Yan. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm sure I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Thai inspired chicken, skewered chicken. It looks like maybe a little spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Got some
Mm-hmm.
herbs, got some garlic. It looks delicious. It's got a nice char on it.
Mm.
Definitely sauced up. I like we both love yakitori. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I prefer
Mm-hmm.
the salt
Mm.
versus the tare
Oh
yakitori.
yeah.
So I like the
100%.
salty boy versus the sauced up boy. This one's sauced up with the Gaiyan
Mhm.
seasoning. I gotta say, it looks tasty, Mike. I bet this is a little sweet, a little savory, a little heat, a little
Yeah.
spicy. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on this one from Menu Stop?
Uh, totally agree, and it's very interesting point you brought up. We do see lots of other Asian cuisines at the Conbini,
Mm.
but Thai is one we don't see so much, and it's a seems like a ripe
Oh
field
yeah.
for yeah, cultivating. And so I think this looks great. Pakchi, coriander, I guess, nampura,
Ooh,
and yeah, like you said, some spice stuff.
Ambuda. That's fish sauce, isn't
Fish sauce, yeah. So
it?
I
Ooh.
think this looks great, man. I hope they keep going with the Thai stuff. This is great.
All right. Now, on the flip side, Mike, we got some very, I don't
Hmm.
know, some kind of wacky stuff come out of Lawson here. Um, First one, they got two new karaage kun out this week. One here, this is the Umi Karakun theme,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it's the fish mayonnaise flavor,
Hmm.
Mike. So
Yeah.
they've got,
Mm.
wait a second, this is still chicken, isn't it? Wait, this is
Wait,
chicken with the flavor of,
no, Matt,
no,
we
this is fish, isn't
completely
it?
overlooked something very interesting. They said kai umi karakun. Umi
Umi Karak.
karakun. This is not karaage.
This is
This is
fish.
fish, Matt.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Lawson has done it again, ladies and gentlemen. This is outstanding here.
Oh,
The innovation just does not stop with Lawson and the Karaage Kun. We've seen them release again 240 plus flavors. They've had the new underskin injection technology. And now they've got fish nuggets. This is incredible, Mike. Thin
oh.
breaded. Yes, this is suri. It's yes, sakana no surimi. So it's ground up fish,
Mm-hmm.
breaded,
Mm-hmm.
ground. So it's fish nuggets, and I guess they have a bit of mayonnaise, sort of giving a little giving a little tartar sauce action.
Yeah.
I guess, huh? This looks
Yeah.
good.
Well, first off, blown away because we both completely overlooked this. I was wondering why there were two new karaage kuns that kind of had a interesting vibe to them.
Mm.
Um, Umi karakun. Wow, this is very, or is it kai karakun? I'm not sure. But the only thing I'll say is why didn't they just make it tartar sauce? I don't know about the mayo,
That's a
but
good point.
super excited about this. Super excited about this, Matt. Reminds me of Long John Silver's.
That's your flunky. The famous New England clam shack. Okay. Now, Mike, now that we
Yeah.
know what we're really
Yeah.
talking about here is fish, not some whack
Hmm.
ass chicken flavor, I'm much more
Hmm.
excited about
Hmm.
this next product, which is the ebi taru taru flavor.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Kai or umi, we don't know yet because kanji has many different ways to read it. Kara
Hmm.
kun, so this is shrimp, Mike. And here it
Yeah.
looks like they've just gone with the tartar sauce, the taru taru flavor,
Yeah.
which makes perfect sense. Although shrimp, the shrimp and mayonnaise, tartar sauce, really, I don't know. That's questionable. But
Yeah.
here they got the they're describing this as a katsu kind of thing,
Yeah. Interesting.
and so maybe a little extra crispy. Definitely looks like it's got a little bit more texture on the
Yeah.
breading than the
Yeah.
fish nuggets, which was
Mm-hmm.
just like a smooth, almost like a fish and chip style batter. This has a little bit more like little rough texture on the ebi, on the
Mm-hmm.
shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Mike, I don't know. Yeah, we got shrimp nuggets going on here at Lawson. This is nice.
This is nice. This is big shrimp nuggets, ebi, katsu. And yeah, man, I guess we can imagine something like like a shrimp, like McDonald's version of like the shrimp burger that they do, which is like an ebi katsu, that sort
Oh,
of thing, which I do like. Wow, yeah, I'm just blown away again. Like you said, the tartar. I wish maybe they even could have switched these. Like
mm,
the tartar and the
mm,
mayo. Although ebi mayo,
mm.
I don't know about that. Ebi, how about some cocktail sauce? That's what we need. We need some cocktail
Oh, now we're
sauce.
talking.
But super exciting, super exciting about this new line. I mean, this is the Chicky Wars, but we'll have to think about whether we're
We're
going
gonna
to
have to
include
follow
these.
this. This is
Yeah.
this is this is innovation here, happening
Mm-hmm.
live. All right, now they do have some actual chicken coming out too at Lawson.
Yeah.
First one here, Mike. This is similar to what we just saw at a mini stop. We got skewered grilled chicken, so three
Mm-hmm.
chunks of grilled chicken on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
This one though is togarashi, so spicy. Togarashi is the standard kind of spicy pepper
Mm-hmm.
seasoning that you see at loads of Japanese restaurants.
Yeah.
Looks good. I mean, who doesn't like spicy chicken?
Yeah. Not as much to say about this as the other one. Grilled chicken, which is cool. And yeah, the togarashi. Always loved like a spicy chicken.
Spicy grilled chicken on a stick. Sign me
Yeah.
up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then the last one, Mike. This is I actually mentioned that there's a lot of Korean stuff coming out,
Mm-hmm.
and here we have another instance of that. This is the Yan Yomu flavor. We've seen this over and over
Oh
again,
yeah.
Mike. The
Yeah.
Yan Yomu sauce.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this looks super good. This is again a skewered uh, chunks of chicken. These are fried though, and it looks
Mm-hmm.
like these are very crispy.
Mm. Yeah.
And yan
This.
yomu, I'm not sure what this yan yomu is. I do know because the description that it contains the great gochujang
Mm-hmm.
fermented chili paste sauce, which is so damn good,
Oh
found
yeah.
in a lot of Korean food, and it is slathered on there, Mike. This looks very tasty.
Yeah. It's like the it uses the gochujang sauce, and I will have to look up the full list of ingredients, but it's sweeter. It has like it's like a sweet and spice. It's a very sweet. Like if you're used to like Korean styled like sweet and spicy, it's that kind of like depending on your taste, like maybe overly sweet.
Hmm.
But like you said, this is super popular, and like this flavor is becoming almost like a staple at the Conbini and in Japan. So I don't know how I feel about it. I want when you get over here, and you are going to
Oh.
be over here, we gotta
Mm.
maybe take a little time to think about
Mm.
yum sauce. How we feel about this.
Hey, that sounds like a research project worth pursuing, investigating Yan Yomu sauce. All right, so that wraps up the Chicky Wars this week. Pretty busy week. A lot of stuff coming out of Lawson. Huge news with that fish nugget innovation.
Good
Um,
God.
but now I think it's time. Head over to the new item scoreboard, Mike.
Yep, Matt, we're heading over to the scoreboard, and what do we got this week? We got FamilyMart 51, Lawson 43, 7-Eleven 107, Mini Stop 24, Daily Yamazaki 7, Seiko Mart 5, and New Days 40. How do you feel about those numbers, Matt?
Pretty standard. Lawson kicking above 40 again.
Hmm.
I don't know if we've seen a couple weeks now where they're usually in the mid 30s.
Yeah.
I wonder if this low 40s, mid 40s is kind of their new jam. We'll see what happens if this is a trend or if this is just sort of a blip on the radar.
Yep. All right, Matt. Well, starting off this week, we're going to go look at your loser, and I'm always excited to see your
I can't
losers
remember
because
what I picked.
you do pick out some of the best losers. So,
Oh
Matt,
boy. Oh Jesus.
can you tell me what we're looking at here?
New Day's campaign of shitness continues, Mike. This is they've been doing all these sugo onigiris, and they got a new one out here, Mike. This is called the cheese hamburger curry onigiri, and this is a collabo with an
Mhm.
ancient curry restaurant founded in 1879 called Goto Ken.
Mhm.
What we're looking at here, Mike, is two curry seasoned rice patties.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so these are the buns, and they have a light yellow color
Mhm.
thanks to the curry seasoning. And then they got slathered on there a little dirty diaper of curry, thick curry, sauce, and then on top of
Yeah.
that, you got an actual burger, a cheeseburger. You got the burger patty with a slice of it looks like American cheese, that heavily processed Kraft singles style. Each one individually wrapped and topped with another burger, and then all tied together with a piece of nori. I'm done with these. Like, this is ridiculous. We got an actual cheeseburger stuffed inside of two. I actually kind of like the idea of the curry flavored rice. That sounds pretty
Sure.
good.
Yeah.
But just imagine eating this. What kind of moron is actually eating this in public? Can you imagine seeing somebody eating this stupid thing? I mean, how many brain cells? It's ridiculous.
Wow, Matt. Yeah. All right.
What would you think of if you saw somebody eating this? I mean, what would you think of them?
That is a good point. Like you're at work, you sit down, you're like, all right, I'm heading off to lunch, and your coworker comes in and they're just eating a sugo oni cheese hamburger curry onigiri.
This is
First
for
off,
this is for like VTubers, which I just learned about, and I really regret learning about these things. But this is for like online internet slugs who haven't left their basement in 47 years, just eating this in total darkness, right?
all right. Well, I don't feel that negative about it. I'll say that's pretty harsh. I will say it's going to be hard to eat this because you just got that one strip of nori. That's doing some heavy lifting, and that thing's only covering half of it. No way is this thing, keeping shape. I will say there's at least 3 ingredients on here that should be warm or like hot. That would be the burger, the curry, the cheese. I hope that thing is like melted in some way, and even the rice. I feel like if this was like a heated item, and if it wasn't an onigiri, and it was just like a bowl of curry with like a hamburger on top, like now, hey, now we're talking.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I agree, Matt. We've seen enough of this sugo oni. All right, Matt. Well, going on to mine. All right, what is this, madam? We're at Lawson. We're at Kanro Aji no Shinai Ame. 24 grams, Matt. Okay, so what is ame? Matt, it's candy. Ame is just like the term for candy, the general term for candy in Japan.
Wow.
You often see like nodo ame, which would be like like hard, and ame is usually like hard candy. It'd be like something that you suck on, like a throat lozenge. Yeah, like a lifesaver.
Yeah, like a cough drop.
Exactly. Yeah, Matt. What's wrong with this? The problem is, Matt, this is called it doesn't have a flavor candy. So this is candy without a flavor, Matt. This is flavorless candy. Flavorless hard candy. I'm not sure what they're going for here, Matt. This is like a level of postmodernism we've never really seen from the Conbini. Candy that has no flavor. So it's just like a lump of, just plastic sitting in your mouth that I guess your saliva slowly, breaks down. What am I missing something here, Matt? What the hell is this?
I love this product. This is you're right, Mike. This is sort of like a philosophical enterprise where, the customer is it's literally there's literally a question mark in the product name. Yeah. Is there a flavor? So I guess you're meant to decide that. And then maybe it makes you wonder what is flavor? Which I guess could be kind of interesting. Maybe this is more of a thinking exercise than it is an eating one.
Yeah.
What is
flavor? And you're right. This is a question as a product. Like you said, it has no flavor. Is this good or bad? The strange candy. You're right, Matt. This is This is a true mystery item. We might have to try this out. We got to find out, what do people think? All right, man. So,
You know what this really was? They had inventory sitting in the back warehouse. Probably ran out of syrup, but they need to clear some floor space.
Mhm.
And so, hey, let's pull this off. Marketing guys, make it happen. That's
Yeah,
what that
man.
was.
I have no idea. All right, man. Well, going on to some winners. Let's see what you got. And as always, I'm excited. What is
Yeah.
this?
It's not a Lawson, Mike. Uchi
Oh.
Cafe series here. I don't know if we've had an Uchi Cafe series for a while, which is a shame because these are all stunners. This is the double cheesecake, Mike. They've got two types of cheesecake on one cookie. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. What that two types. So in Japan, the two types of cheesecake, you get your baked cheesecake, which is baked. Duh.
Mhm.
And it's usually light. It's like a lot lighter than American. It's not like Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, you know?
Mhm.
But then on top of that, they got what they call the rare cheesecake,
Yes.
which is unbaked cheesecake. It's just like pure
Oh my
cream
God.
cheese with sugar. So good. So they got the baked cheese. They got, well, first on the bottom. This is shaped kind of like a stick.
Mhm.
You got like a 2x4 cookie. And then
Mhm.
on top of that, you got your layer of baked cheesecake.
Mm.
And then on top of that, you got your layer of rare cheesecake. Okay.
Mm.
So you're gonna eat two types of cheesecake and a cookie in every bite.
Mm.
Who doesn't
Mm.
like that? Who doesn't like that?
That looks outstanding. What do you think this cookie is down here?
Okay. I'm glad you zoomed in because I looked pretty hard at this, Mike, and I couldn't
Yeah.
figure this out. I was
Yeah.
thinking, oh, maybe that's like the flaky pastry dough, light flaky
Oh.
pastry dough, but I don't know if it is because it also looks like it's maybe almost like a graham cracker. Is that a graham cracker? Or is it
Right.
just like a cookie? I don't know. Any of those would be outstanding though.
Yeah. Yeah. And it also looks like it's a little bit frosted in some way.
Ooh, a little frosting.
Matt, absolutely stunner at Avucci Cafe. We're getting, I mean, it's just, do they miss is the question. Have you ever seen a bad Uchi Cafe item? Maybe that would be an episode.
It's like
Um,
Barry Bonds 2001, you know? Just never miss. Only homers.
I really can't say much else, Matt. This just looks absolutely outstanding. The only thing I'll say, you said it's like a 2x4, but I think there is a question of what that 2 and 4 is. Are we talking, how big is this thing? It could be anywhere in between the size of like a a laundry clip, like a hanger clip, and it could be like a um yeah, I would assume this is pretty dainty, right? Like we're assuming
I'd
this is a
probably
pretty,
guess, yeah, 1 inch wide, I'd guess. And then
okay.
maybe, what, 3 inches long?
Yeah, I think that's a fair estimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 200 yen for
200
like
yen.
4 or 5 really nice bites,
Oh, yeah.
that's a
Primo.
steal right there. Yeah. All right, Matt. Well, going on to my winner, we're actually like mulling over what we wanted to cover
Nice.
this week. Mini Stop's actually having a Hawaiian fair right now. And Mini Stop, a lot of, Conbinis try to do Hawaii, and it's like, I feel like this might just be Mini Stop's domain. Like, don't mess around. Matt, I just picked up one of the things out of here that I thought just looked great. This is the macadamia nut chocolate parfait, Matt. Macadamia nuts. I don't feel like we see them so much in Japanese sweets. They are there. You can get chocolate covered macadamia nuts at the Conbini, but this just looked like a beauty to me, Matt. I don't even really know what this is made of, but we've got a couple of layers. We've got a chocolate layer. We've got a macadamia layer, I'm sure. We've got some sort of crunchy layer. We've got some whipped, some like cream. And then on top, we just have a nice, like, healthy topping of like chips of macadamia nuts. And then also it looks like chocolate powder. Yeah, man, just a real stunner here. Yeah, really not much else to say. Just looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually going to be my winner, but I
Oh.
didn't pick it because I thought we might talk about the mini stop Hawaii series, so I backed off. But yeah, this
Mhm.
looks tremendous. The color here, it's all brown,
Yeah.
but the different shades of brown, it almost looks like a swatch you'd pick up at Home Depot or something like this. So you got
Mm.
the it's got to be what it looks like. They got a layer of cake in there. They got the whipped cream, maybe two types of mousse, two types of chocolate mousse. Is that what that
Yeah.
is?
I
Yeah, it looks outstanding. And I took a long, hard look at this, Mike, because this week's newsletter, it's about mini stops hollow.
mm.
And so I was on the mini stop website for quite a while early this morning.
Hmm.
And I spent quite a bit of time staring this boy down. And, you got the crunchy nuts to pair with the soft everything else, which I like.
Oh,
Nice texture. And they don't skimp on the nuts.
no,
Those nuts look piled pretty high there, which is impressive because nuts aren't cheap.
they are not. No. Yeah. All right, Matt. Well, wow. We went pretty long this episode. But I gotta say, I think it was a great one. And anyways, Matt, that finishes it up for this week. First off, thanks to anybody who's ever, contributed or helped to support the podcast in any way. You know who you are, and we really appreciate it. Feel free to buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com, Conbini Boys, / Conbini Boys. But better than that, check us out at combiniboys.substack.com. And please think about purchasing or subscribing to the Conbini Boys newsletter.
$5 a month. That's less than your average Conbini haul, everybody. Support this great endeavor. Every week you get a nice little post about the latest and greatest from Japan's amazing convenience store straight to your inbox.
That's right. So yeah, please check us out. But that's also where we host our podcast now, and it's like sort of our hub for all of our content. So please check us out there. If you're listening to the podcast anywhere, on any of the apps, leave us a like. Leave us a share. If you're watching on YouTube, hey everybody, subscribe and like. And if you want to see more of what we're doing, either head over to our Substack or check us out on Twitter, where we're really active. Matt, great episode. Great to talk about the Conbini with you again, my friend. But for now, I'll see you at the Conbini.
I'll see you at the Conbini, Mike.
Conbini boys, they're the Conbini boys, they're the Conbini, they're the Conbini, they're the Conbini, they're the Conbini.